What's up, my people? You're not tuned in to me TV. Now, we gonna bring you all the stories about the stories that we need to bring you stories about. You feel me? So that's what we gonna do. Some stories might be good, some stories might be tragic, but hey man, that's how these stories go. I don't make it up. Now we getting into it. You feel me? So look, man, bang the like button, bang that subscribe button. You see them on the screen. Yeah, them right there. Hit the like and subscribe, man. Hit that right there. Now we about to get started with our story. Yo, I'm back with another one on Me TV 1.0. If you're new to the channel, hit that sub and show some love. And if you've been here, like and share. If you care, you already know, man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate all the views and all the love, man. As you can see, I ain't gonna hold you no longer, excuse me. As you can see, today we got YFN Lucci. And we all know, if you don't know, let me say that YFN Lucci has been going through a lot of court situations for the past 4 years. And he also been going through beef with Young ThuG and a couple of the YSL members or affiliates. So this has put YFN Lucci in a very, very peculiar situation. While he was out, a situation happened where he had a friend from Miami, right? And his friend from Miami, now I don't know his affiliation with YFN Lucci as far as him, only being a friend. I don't know anything else about this friend. This is an article and this came up in his court documents as well. And the friend was also with another guy, or was it YFN Lucci and his partner went to pick up his friend. And when this happened, him and a friend and the other guy, the three guys together went somewhere. And the situation happened where he ended up getting shot outside of the vehicle. And this is why it came up that somebody seen him drop the body outside and pull off. It did not happen like that. It did not happen like that. It actually happened where they was outside of the car, very near and close to the car, right? With whoever was the driver being behind the wheel of the car. And when this incident took place, it happened so fast, boom, the situation happened, the guy body dropped, they pulled off. So however the story was interpreted to the media was very, very wrong. This is why you see Young ThuG still going through a trial and pretty much YFN Lucci is not. Also, while he was behind bars, while he was doing this time, he also got into a couple of altercations in a couple of situations while he was behind the wall. And when you get in different situations and altercations inside the jail, they almost try to count on the fact that you are going to tell on your enemy or the person who was going against you, your ops, should I say. You feel me? And you get this happens so much that the person tell on the ops to where it's comfortable and the police almost kind of expect it. But that wasn't the case with YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci kept his mouth closed and he was only up in there for what he was claimed to do. But what he claimed to do was weak. But he also know that they had other things on him that wasn't really too much mentioned in the media. And to fill my people in on why he was beefing with YFN Lucci. Now, I'm giving you the general understanding, right? I'm not giving you the I live in Atlanta, I was running with these guys' perspectives, right? I'm not giving you that perspective. I'm giving you the general perspective. for the people who pay attention and understand and was watching this in real time. Now, YFN Lucci was dealing with a guy, if you listen to his music, he called Nut. This was a guy who was over TIG, Think Is a Game Entertainment. Now, I'm not quite sure if he was the exact CEO or co-CEO, but he was a street guy. And this is what he had his hand in, Think Is a Game. And Think It's a Game, I'll do another video on this as well. Think It's a Game also was in a situation with Rich Homie Quan. Rich Homie Quan came out with them, and this is why Young Thug and Rich Homie never really got into the groove of making music together like we wanted. But anyway, Nut was a guy who got unalived, right? He got murdered. And by him, as you can see on this specific picture, on his pendant, right? On his medallion, that's the guy that I'm speaking of. That the guy, that's Nut. And Nut is responsible for YFN Lucci. That is basically TIG, Think It's a Game, prodigy, chosen one. You know what I'm saying? The one that they helped develop and bring up out the woodworks. You feel me? And this is not like a Rich Homie Quan who kind of came with his own flow. He came with his own style. You feel what I'm saying? He came with his own little certain amount of hype. Versus a YFN Lucci who saw this and he was pretty much raised up in this culture. And Nut, being the orchestrator of this whole situation, was also tied in with Young Thug. And it was said that Young Thug called in the hit on TIG boss man, Nut. This is why you hear YFN Lucci mention Nut so many times. And at that time, it just was a lot going on because it was said, and from the streets of the people that know, that for whatever reason, Young Thug sent that bag out there. You feel what I'm saying? For this to be performed. And ever since then, it's been a big commotion and a big ruckus in the streets of Atlanta. You also have to remember, even though this story particularly doesn't have anything to do with them, but it does if you understand what I'm saying. We also have Duct Tape Gang, which is Big Bank. Big Bank had that situation started in Atlanta as well. And another thing I want to shed light on is you got to think about No Plug in Atlanta. I'll be doing videos on all these different situations. 21 Savage, Bankroll Freddy, and a lot of different other situations that kind of shape the Atlanta that we know now, the bloody Atlanta that we know now. And this happened in the late 2010s, around 2016, 17. You know, even from 2014 to like 20. No, let me get that more clear, correct. From like 2012 to like 2016. These is all the people that are popular in Atlanta right now. This was the time they was coming up. This is the time the Young Thugs, the Rich Homie Quans, the Bankroll Freddies, the No Plugs, the 21 Savages, and the people that you see today. This is the time that they was coming up in these later days where it was going from that Piff and my mixtape era. You feel what I'm saying, man? Bang that like button. If you done made it this far, man, bang that like button. Bang that like button. Cause my mixtapes and that Piff was the days, man. That was the days. But yeah, this was the transition of the people that you seeing right now. But to get back on the topic of what I was saying about YFN Lucci. YFN Lucci was also part of this beef, part of this situation where gunfire erupted. People got hit on both sides. Not only that, it seemed like YFN Lucci was the cash cow to this whole situation, because after this situation happened with Nut, the type of music he made in tribute to Nut helped him and his status blow up. And if you're beefing with anybody in the streets and your status blow up and your cachet blow up and your persona blow up, that means you're gonna have more backing. That means you're gonna have more money to be able to go at this so-called war. But one good thing about YFN Lucci, he never said anything to the authorities about this. So in a world of the police, this is just hearsay. But in the world of the streets, we know what it is. We know what it's hitting for. Because these guys, we know these guys go back and make music about everything they did. So I don't never feel sorry for any of these guys. Is it unfortunate? Yes. But you gotta understand, they making these decisions to put this type of stuff in their music. The dumbest shit ever. The dumbest shit ever. But hey man, that's them. And they don't need to cry about the time they get when they do get the time. You feel what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. Lucci is set to get out in a few months, or he's set to go up for parole with a guarantee from the parole board that he will make parole, due to the fact that he has 4 years back time and a suspended sentence, and he also got credit for the time he was on house arrest as well. And this is what makes me think that he wanted to go back in jail so he can actually get credit for the time and serving the time, versus sometimes that these guys don't get that time on house arrest for his back time and good time. Sometimes they don't. If you have a good enough lawyer, then yes, you will get this type of back time and you will get this type of credit. But that's the reason I believe that he actually went back and sat in jail. In some cases, in a lot of cases, sitting in jail is actually more beneficial than being out roaming around free. They actually kind of like try to penalize you with more years than they would have regularly gave you if you would have just set up in there and did some time, because they want to get paid from you. They want to get money off of your head. But I ain't gonna hold y'all no longer. You feel what I'm saying? I'll definitely be doing a series about Atlanta rap wars, and I'll definitely be doing another video about the YFN Lucci and YSL beef. But I'll be back with another one on Me TV 1.0. You already know, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Drop down and sub and show me some love. You heard me? I'll be back with another one. You heard?